Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. These are the full moon readings that will be forecast for the month ahead. What is it that you need to know? What is available for you to know? And we are unpacking the oracle cards that I picked for you, and then we are getting into the tarot cards to see if there are any stories or any more additional message that wants to come through. So thank you for joining here, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We are in the summer times and there's a lot to do. I've been very busy, but I am dedicated to this channel. So I thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and helping this channel to grow so that it could be more available to others as a guidance that is for free. Because it's very difficult for the YouTube algorithm to push out videos such as these because they're not viral videos or videos that are entertaining. When it's more spiritual, then I always feel like there is dark energy that wants to prevent those messages to reach a bigger audience and the world. So I appreciate all of you that are sharing and liking and subscribing these videos. And share it with someone if you feel it in your heart that they need to hear something that will be offered here. So thank you to all of you that are subscribing and returning here. Your energy is always here. If you're new and you just clicked on this video, your energy will also be here because there are no coincidences. We are connecting in the spiritual plane and in other dimensions, of course. That's why this channel is called the Dimensions of Love. And so I thank you for this connection, and I hope to deliver you the message from Spirit as accurate as possible. So for this beginning here, I would like you all to invite your ancestors, spiritual guides, spiritual helpers, interdimensional beings that can offer support into me delivering energetically the message that you need to hear right now. So let's just take a moment and invite. For the highest, greatest good of all, as above, so below. And so it is. Okay, thank you for that. As I said earlier, I've already pre-picked your oracle cards and we're going to unpack those, and afterwards we will pick your tarot cards here and now. So before we get into it, because it is the full moon and it is astrological, I'm an energy reader, but we have to also read the placements of the stars and the energy above us because everything affects everything else. It's a ripple effect of everything. So we have to connect those. I will not get into it so deeply, but we are in the full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is very grounding sign and a very hardworking sign as well. So for the 10th of July, when this full moon occurs, be prepared to make plans firmly. So anything that you're supposed to do, it just sometimes the energy is that we have to wing it. We have to just go with the flow, and that's perfectly fine in some settings. In these settings, as the energy are right now, it is very important that whatever you do, travel, connecting, starting something new, maybe starting to study in fall, or working or changing something within your business, whatever it is that you're doing, that it needs to be very thought and planned out. So just like the sign Capricorn is hardworking and it needs to be almost written down as in bullet points, everything that you need to do to get through it. Because I'm saying this because later on this month, because we're forecasting for the month ahead, we will have a lot of retrogrades. And our first retrograde will be in the sign of Aries, which will restrict our options, meaning that if we want to do something that normally gives us 10 options, energetically now we will have 3 options to pick from. So it will be very restricted, and therefore a plan to be put in place is needed in order to, whatever it is that you're supposed to do, for it to come to fruition and for it to be sustainable, there needs to be a plan put into place. Moving forward, we have a second retrograde, and also we're getting into the 22nd of July, we're getting into Leo season. So happy birthday to all my Leos out there. I hope you have a great birthday. So we have jumped from Cancer season into getting into Leo season. So again, happy birthday to you all. And just to know a little bit moving forward for this month, it is important that when we have so many retrogrades, that things will not go as we intend them to, and to be relaxed in that and not be very strict with yourself if something doesn't go according to your plan. It's favorable, so try to relax into it, and that is astrologically what needs to be said here for this month ahead. Those are the most important aspects. So let's unpack your cards. So the collective that has been selected, I've pre-picked your oracle cards, different from different decks, and everything is in the description below if you're interested in the decks that I'm using. And your first card that we are starting with for this full moon moving forward is Kali. Step into the unknown, don't be afraid. So this is your first card, collective. And how wonderful that we're starting off with Kali. So Kali is time, destruction. That is what this goddess is connected with. She's a very dark blue, almost black color, because she consumes all negative energy. So I feel like many of you are standing in fear. You are cleaning out energy of fear. That's what when I'm sitting in my meditation, I feel like there's a message coming through for this month that is helping you to prepare, and you will go through many changes before it settles. And that's what I'm feeling that you're going through. You're going through a lot of changes. And unfortunately, I can't give you, and I have to give you the accurate messages. I can't sugarcoat anything. It's not going to be easy going through many changes, because it's difficult and you have to endure a lot. But I feel like all of you in this collective that has been selected has the abilities to push through and get through it, because at the end it will settle, but it will be many changes, and I feel like energetically you're in the middle of it. So there's many more unfoldings happening in your reality. And with Kali, it is referring to this energy. There is a lot of energy that is dark, that needs to reach to the surface and be cleared. And this can manifest differently in your reality. It can be that you are trying to go to bed and then you hear different sounds and it startles you. Your energy is very jumpy. You're very reactive to every sound, very sensitive to it. And that is the sign of that energy being cleared. So it has nothing to do with the person that's screaming or the banging noise that you hear. It's nothing personal at all. It's just energy manifesting in the 3D reality very clearly because we're in the Capricorn full moon, and Capricorn is very grounded, very physical, so that you can hear it as a banging sound, as a loud noise, someone screaming very loud or laughing very loud, just very startling energy. And this is again referring back to this Kali energy that needs to be cleared from within your energy fields. And again, when we do want to clear out things, because it stems all the way from the childhood, I think for some of you, it just comes through very strongly that it is something that someone said in your childhood, that it's just something with your childhood that comes through, that someone said, that is imprinted as in a negative belief. And so I want you to connect with the Kali energy to clear that out. Even if you write it down, bury it, especially in the full moon. Just be careful doing any ceremonies in the full moon, but you can definitely visualize, if you have a good imagination, to see Kali come through in your space and clearing out all of this negative belief that has been stored upon you since you were a child, that seems to not want to budge at this time. And we really need to clear that out. So don't have any fear. Again, fear stems from the ego that wants to protect us and create stories and restrict us. And you are meant to go into the unknown. So for this month, there's a lot of things happening, but you really need to push yourself to get into the unknown, even if it feels uncomfortable, because you're going through many changes. So this is just part of the process. So lean into it as much as possible. Our next card for this full moon in Capricorn is the last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. How interesting. I got a Capricorn card in the Capricorn full moon. I love that. And so with this card, Capricorn's opposite sign is Cancer, and it's family, and it's in its childhood. So it stems back to something that you, again, this card confirms it, that it's something from the childhood, some belief system, something someone said, that you will never be this, or you will not, whatever it was, it is energetically in your field. And right now, for this month, that is what is the next step to be cleared. Again, you will be clearing a lot of things, but this is the next step that is here and available to us to see. So leave the past behind. So whatever that is, whatever that belief system is, whatever it is that you need to achieve to come through, you need to leave the past behind. And again, here with this Capricorn and last quarter moon, it reminds you again to set something, that there is a planning that you need to do. You really need to plan this. And I usually feel like for all of you in this channel, that you have to go with your intuition, go with the flow. So you can't plan, because something will disrupt your planning. But for this month, this particular month, you are really being asked, all of you in this collective, that this is the time. If you've never done it before, this will be your first time that you have to do it, that you really have to plan it to come through. Because again, we have a lot of restriction coming up with both Saturn, and Saturn is connected with Capricorn. So we have a lot of that energy of restriction energy that is in our field that needs to be considered here. So there needs to be a planning. There really needs to be writing it down and seeing it through in order for you to get to where you need to be. Okay, so leave the past behind, and again, clear out, call in Kalima energy to clear out. There's nothing to fear. Fear is just an illusion to begin with, and also fear is just energy that needs to change. Okay, like Kalima, we always have to go through cycles in order to grow, and since you have the energy that you are going to grow and that you're going to go through many transformations, something that you've already are familiar with is that things go in cycles with the ebb and flow and everything with the full moon. As you've been returning, especially to my viewers, you know that we have to go through these cycles of change. And when we go through cycles of change, we're connecting with the energy of a Kali, which is always changing. Okay, we have to change, and we have to, ashes become nourishment for the ground. So everything that burns up comes back to its full circle. Our next card is the Green Fairy, mischief, freedom, and reckless. So with the Green Fairy, and I really feel like the color green will be a great color. So keep an eye on that color. For many of you, connect with the forest, be in that kind of setting to ground yourself, to ground your planning. Maybe you want to write that planning when you're sitting in the forest. Like your mind will be, I just feel it's coming through for some of you that your mind will be more clear if you can sit in a place of a forest, of that kind of a setting space. For others of you, it is this green color. So if you will see a green color coming through, if it's in your dream, if it is something that something passes by, a car or whatever it is, there's something that will give you an affirmations from your spiritual guide and your ancestors connecting with the color green. Someone with even green eyes, just someone in your field will be a reminder of that you're in the right direction. So keep an eye of that. That will be your symbol in the 3D reality. For others of you, again, it is connecting to the Green Fairy here of, again, are you taking life too serious? Has it started to become very, very serious? Like when we're going through so many things and we're going through a different awakening and consciousness expanding within ourselves, or we're growing into a different understanding, that becomes more available to us because we're clearing out many things. It can start to become like a serious task that we need to continue this. We need to be strong in this, and we need to it becomes like a work, like the energy of Capricorn. And you're being asked here with the Green Fairy to, and many of you will experience this as you're doing this work and you're grounding, something will fall, you will drop something, and that energy is not to make you more upset. That energy is not to block you further. It is the Green Fairy energy, which is coming there to pull your hair and to play with you a little bit so that you can get out of this rigidness of taking everything too serious. You need to relax sometimes and understand that life can be enjoyable even if we're going through difficulties. You can laugh at yourself. Maybe you will fall. Maybe you will miss a plane. Maybe you will do something and then realize, oh my goodness, I just made it backwards. I was supposed to do this part first and this one last. And now I feel like and not to judge yourself to say, oh, but you're so stupid. How could you do it backwards like this? No. The point of this is that the Green Fairy wants you to laugh at yourself. So just laugh at yourself and laugh at those moments to bring it back. Again, we are healing something from the childhood to remind you back of what you truly need and loved to do when you were younger. Something when before the world got their hands on you and you had to have all of these responsibility and it became so serious. What did you enjoy doing when you were young? That is what this energy of this fairy is trying to bring back to you for this month, because it will be serious in planning and to doing all of this, and it will be serious of feeling those fearful energies coming through. But again, you are supposed to be a little bit more free and a little bit in your childhood essence of what you enjoy to do. So when I was connecting with this energy, actually yesterday, I started to take out a few paintings that I haven't completed, and I started to paint and do my art. And I just felt connected to your energy because I was planning to do these videos. And so I was connecting. When I'm connecting with your energy, I always say this to my viewers, and if you're new here, that we are connecting because we have something in common here. It might not be the whole story and that we're following, but it is parts of it. So partly I felt when I was painting that, oh, I know when I'm going to make this video, it's going to be something with childhood and creativity. And this is exactly when I pulled this card. That was exactly what I felt when I pulled this card today for you guys. I was like, this is exactly what it was. So I love our connection because it becomes real and very beautiful. So our next card here of what master energy is going to be present for this month is Bridget. It's Celtic, and again, a lot of green and burning away. So move back to your holiness. You have the power. What Bridget is asking you for this month is, for many of you, you will feel very hot at the different points. Just randomly, it will get very, very hot. Just allow it to happen. Don't restrict yourself of holding it back or trying to figure out or get nervous about it and say, oh, but why am I getting so warm? And this is something's bad. And just don't let the ego take you through so that you miss your opportunity. So just connect with the energy of Kali and know that you are guided, you are connected. There are spiritual beings from your ancestors, from the angels that you're connected with that are protecting you. Everything is okay. Just to relax and to lean in it. Right now, there's a fiery energy. I feel like I'm burning up. Just sit with it. Sit with it and be like a carefree child that, you know, when a child gets hurt and they start to cry and then something else happens and you can see them smile. They have tears on their face, but they're smiling. How can that even be possible? Because they're not connecting to any story. They're not holding into anything. Therefore, whatever happens in the moment, they can shift to whatever is happening. And the same way you're being asked here, be like a child. Lean into it, be in the moment with it, and know that everything is changing. So don't get stuck in it. Don't make it bigger than it needs to be. So allow it to happen. Allow this burning to burn away everything that doesn't serve you anymore. That whatever it might be a belief system, it might be outdated thinking. It is expansion in all dimensions here for you guys. So keep pushing through. It's going to be wonderful. The Angel of Union is your last card here from the angel messages. And this is what I feel here. You're coming to a union within yourself. Your feminine and your masculine energy are balanced. You understand that the sun is shining on the moon and the moon is reflecting the sun. So they're in perfect synergy together, just like your masculine and feminine energy within you. For many of you that are in this path of enlightenment, for others of you in the physical world, because we're connecting with Capricorn, you will actually physically going to connect with someone this month that will be a partnership, that will be someone that you are going to collaborate with, that will be someone that you are going to fall in love with. So this is what's happening, and this is a beautiful union. Again, everything is mirroring what is already happening within yourself. So if this happens in your physical reality, it is a mirroring of what has already happened within yourself. If it doesn't happen in the physical, then it is in different dimensions that it's already, that energy is present this month, even if you're not present with this individual physically. So everything can be energetically and spiritually also connecting here, but it's a beautiful union that is going to blossom. So it can be twin flames, a connection. It can be a soul connection. So again, let it be as fluid as possible. Don't restrict yourself. That is our oracle cards for this full moon on the 10th in the sign of Capricorn. And now I want to see with the cards, what does the viewer need to see and what do they need to know? What does the viewer need to see and what do they need to know? Forecast for this month ahead. Let's see, our first card is the Page of Swords in reverse. Our second card is the Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Okay, you guys. For the first story that I'm getting through here is that for some of you, there is some kind of gossip energy. You're doing something and there's an energy in your energy field of people. Again, we always have the opposite. Every time that we're growing, we're not angering, but we are challenging those people that are not growing. Because people that knew you a certain way, that see you change, reflects back at them that they're not changing. And that can start many things in a person. So this could be great. It is really great that you guys are activating others. But in the same sense, it can be very difficult when you activate others, because it can become this destructive energy here of many different wants and needs, fighting to get something, as if someone needs to win something, but there is no winner or losers. For many of you, you've already realized that. But just this gossiping is causing it. There's just this message coming through that someone is messaging you for this month. And if you're going to get a message this month, it is from someone that is gossiping and doesn't really have, or they don't stand in a place of growth. They're in a place of stagnation. And so you are kind of challenging their energy, which is good for them, but they don't see it because they're in the darkness. So it can come off like that in your reality. For others of you, it is with the Knight of Wands. I'm feeling that your creativity is being blocked. And sometimes we want to push and we want to do more than we're capable of or that we are supposed to do. So an advice for some of you is that if you're pushing, you're setting a plan, don't make it too big. Make it tangible, make it simplified to where you can actually execute it. Because if we are doing a plan or we're planning something and the steps are too big, we might be discouraged and stop in our own growth. And whatever it is that you're supposed to go through, just take little steps that you can take. So don't make those steps too big here. And again, because this kind of energy that is, sometimes it's good when we are fighting, because then we can see what is our standpoint, why are we doing all of this. It can challenge us to question ourselves what the point is, why are we doing all of this to begin with. So that's great. But when it becomes this that there's ego and that there is stagnation in some people and they want to challenge it, they want to pull down because they don't feel it's the energy of a person that don't feel like their growth will do anything, and they're feeling just challenged. It's not you personally, it just becomes you as a person, because when we are in the lower worlds, we have to have someone to point the finger at. It's your fault, I'm miserable, but it's really not like that. And it's just energy, and it's just a person holding that energy. So that can shift and be something else. But when you're from that lower frequency, you can't see that because you just see everything evolving around you. And I feel many of you have expanded in your knowledge and are also learning. For some of you here, you're taking a pause. I feel like some of you are contemplating if you're going to study something and you're not sure of what path you're supposed to take because it's a different type of study. And yeah, that can be very difficult to point out. So I don't want to use this deck. Let me just change deck. I feel like I want to. Okay. What does the viewer need to see? And now I'm going to do 3 different piles. So for like 3 different messages, that was our first story coming through. Next, full moon in Capricorn. We have 7 of Cups upright. So we have a lot of options. And we have the Page of Wands. Here again, we have a message. You definitely have a message for this month coming through. Collective that's been selected. So one more card here, and we have 2 of Cups in reverse. The Hermit. Okay. So there is definitely a lot of things that are an illusion. So be careful with if you have a lot of projects happening, to make sure that you pick one and that you're focusing on 1 and 2 at most, because there's an energy that wants to disrupt you here and giving you a lot of options. Because when we have a lot of options, we end up not doing anything at all. So we have to narrow it down. We have to simplify it. And sometimes that's hard, because especially when you're expanding in your inner world, that you are starting to have knowledge about different things and you're good at different things. So you have to narrow it down who is you and who's in your energy, and what are you in the collective, in the consciousness of the collective. We can have different inputs, and so you're being asked to, what is your input? What is it that you want for yourself? Because sometimes we can have these energies within us connecting to us that are guiding us to something that really isn't what we want. So self-knowledge is always the best here. With the Page of Wands, it's starting something new. So you're starting something new, but again, the plan needs to be like the sign Capricorn here is leaving the past behind. The plan needs to be put into place. I see there's a union and a disruption. I don't know. We have the union here. So there is, for some of you, you're not listening to your masculine and your feminine side in yourself to connect them. There is some disruptive energy, and it stems from your childhood. Okay. For others of you, there's a physical union that you're connected with someone, and it's not working out. Maybe it's someone that you've been energetically connected with. It might be a relationship that is, you can't take it any more further than it has already. It's already reached its limit, because it feels like a page. So it's not, I feel many of you are too mature for that energy that is coming through. That energy is really immature. It hasn't grown. And so it happens that that union is not meant to be. For some of you, you're jumping from one thing that's not meant to be to something that it's real for you. That you've been, maybe this energy has been holding you back. That's what I'm feeling. But you see the blue sky in all of 3 cards. I see the blue sky here, which brings calmness. It's calmness. It's an energy of intellectually knowing what is right. So you already know what is right here. You're not being, this illusion is trying to come in like Holly with the fears of you might miss out. But I feel many of you are very, very grounded and stable in that knowing. So this energy cannot disrupt you. And that's great. So even though that these cards might look a certain way, I feel like they are positive. And for some of you, it comes through here, this fire that is burning. For some of you, you have a Kundalini awakening from your root chakra. That is going all the way up from your spine, activating your 3rd eye. And I feel like there's a blockage somewhere. And this blockage is connecting to your childhood. So this is what comes through. That's what they're telling me, that there's something in your Kundalini. Maybe it could be in your, because usually the blockages are in the bottom chakra. So the root chakras, where the sexual energy is. That's what comes through for some of you. So try to see Kundalini awakening, different exercise if you wanna do that. That is a message for some of you that came through here. Thank you, Spirit. Let's just see 3 more cards for the collective.
And our first card is Strength. Strength. There we have the Leo energy coming through. So we are in the Leo season. We have Temperance. We have Sagittarius, traveling energy, Temperance, blending different energies, and we have the Fool. Okay, you guys. So the last cards that I'm picking here for you guys is the Strength card, and the Strength card is taming your ego, restricting your ego to not go in a certain direction because you have that strength. So you're not forcefully pulling your ego self to do something. You are gently pulling it. And the Temperance card is we're blending different energies. So you are finally understanding that there are different elements and energies at work. And sometimes we can blend energies into creating this disruptive energy that is in your field right now. You're creating a rainbow. And again, like a rainbow, is not physically there. Again, it comes through with the illusions that you can create a lot of darkness that is not even there, because we can amplify the illusions, and what we focus on grows. The same thing, you can create a rainbow by using that perfect synergy of water and oil. Might not mix, but they can be great together if you know how to use them and pull those energies. The same way with the Fool. And we have the Moon on this card. Again, we are jumping from one reality to another. You are dimensional jumpers, all of you that are looking at this video. It says the Fool, just don't be reckless. You're going through something, and you are definitely the cards are saying that you are going through these changes and you're doing these jumps and you're doing great. Again, don't be careless and have the mischievous energy of stepping into the unknown. But you don't have to step into it with fear and preparation as if you're going to a battle. You just need to step through it knowing that the more relaxed you are, the more you will just fall through it more simpler. So for some of you, you have tension, try to relax. Relax to release that tension, to release that energy that you're holding on to. This is your message for this full moon in Capricorn. And I hope that this message helps you to navigate moving ahead for this month. Again, we all have many things to do this summer, so whenever this reaches you will be your time. And I'm surely very busy, but again, I'm devoted to this channel and to delivering these messages, and this is my way of connecting with spirit and giving back. And I encourage you too, if you are in this path, because I feel many of you are here to relieve the suffering of people and to bring messages and to bring support. And I really encourage you all, if you have that within you, whatever it is that you are trying to do creatively, paint, sing, dance, make videos like this, just inspired with food, whatever it is that you're supposed to do, just continue doing that and take one step at a time and go through this beautiful ascension and giving back to others that are not fully awakened, that are not on the path, to help them activate and grow, because this is what we're here to do. We're here to support each other in a spiritual growth. So I thank you for having the courage to even be on this path that is difficult in itself, to feel all of these energies. And I just want to send you my gratitude and thank you all for being here. And I really, really wish you all a great summer and continuation. And I hope to see you next month on our next full moon reading. As always, have a wonderful day, and I'm sending you all love your way. Bye, everyone.